So at every exit of a brand accelerator process, we like to do a quick little questionnaire with our clients to get a better understanding of where they were and how the program helped them design and build the brand that they're happy with now. So talk to us about what life was like and the main issue that you faced prior to coming and working with us.
Yeah, I would say that one of the problems that I was facing was actually a really good problem to have. And it's where I've said for years, one of the most dangerous things to a business is comfort, that you fall into a pattern of what's working, and to call it out, what was already about $500,000 a year as a business, to then be able to just level that up to something much bigger than that. So to take skills and abilities and assets that in some way I had, but now better appropriately leverage that to a much larger audience. That was that biggest takeaway in terms of refining that message, really nailing that marketing point, and then taking this idea that had been incubating for like 3 or 4 years and breaking it down to a few key phrases. This way, it goes above and beyond that standard elevator speech, that now here's who I am, here's what role that I serve, here's the problem that I help to resolve, and then here's where we continue to scale that year after year from this point on out.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Breaking out of that comfort zone. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So question number 2 is, what were some of the benefits you experienced from going through the Brand Accelerator program? You did the whole kit and caboodle. You did the strategy, you did the execution. So walk us through that experience.
Yeah. So it began by looking at really what most of us know to do, but what most of us don't stop to actually do, especially to the level of scale that you and I did together, in terms of identifying who is that target audience, who are those custom client avatars. But what was unique about it was going after not just the standard market, but who were the cream of the crop within that. Who were those people that would look at a product offering and go, I could appreciate that, but really what I want is you, that one-to-one experience. So working through a process where we were making sure step by step to satisfy each and every one of those audience points along the way. That was what I found to be one of the more beneficial aspects.
Awesome. 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 What would you say to somebody that is on the fence about coming through the Brand Accelerator program?
I would say the best questions you can start to ask are generally the ones you could start to ask yourself. For how long have you been looking at the same project over and over? How long have you been tweaking something, to the best of your abilities? I love the moment where you made fun of me where I photoshopped something, and that was the reminder of going, that's why I don't do that. Stop laughing. No, but where we catch ourselves in this planning to mode, that in our modern social media era, you see all the posts around, oh, I'm building this, I'm planning that. And it gets to a point where it never quite launches. So if you've caught yourself in that kind of a loop, this is where you and I got along especially well at one point, where it came around to, we started to talk about quantifying the actual investment to be that, oh yeah, I just need like 7 or 8 sales of this product that I'm launching, and that takes care of itself. And this is part of my backstory going back about 12 years ago, signing a lease on an office that at the time I couldn't quite afford. And at that point, the equation was, if I can't get 3 clients a month at a relatively low dollar amount, I'm not even trying. But to get there faster and more easily and have something that you can step back and be proud of, I'd say that's that biggest takeaway. So again, look at how long have you been thinking about a project versus actually doing it. This is a great way to get there even faster.
That's powerful. That's powerful. Last question. What made you choose me? Of all the people out there that do what I do, what made you choose me?
Oh, we go back. Putting out my book last year, I was on your podcast, and you're someone who I looked at and saw that it wasn't just putting a message out there. You had the resume, you had the clients who were willing to talk about the process, and hearing the consistent value. So take this as a bit of a nod for anyone else out there. That's that continual media channel, having the podcast, having different things go out on social media, that it wasn't just something you talked about, it was something you were actually doing yourself. And this was something that I found to be a benefit, that even throughout the process, we were talking about the process
Mhm.
of recognizing that at any stage in our game, we're always looking to level up what we do. And that was something that drew me to you.
Oh, awesome. Jason, I am so proud of the project itself and how it came out. And I am so excited to see what you do with it over the next few months and the next year. I got to tell you, one of my favorite projects. I say this about every single client, but I've been honestly, it was such a pleasure to work with you over the last 90 days or so, helping you really craft that message and getting a brand that truly represented you. And one of the things that you had said that really stuck with me over the months working together was you said, I'm done being a business or brand that sells $300 or $400 products. I want to level up to the next phase, the next level, the next stratosphere. And that really made me excited to work with someone like you, because like you said before, I love working with people that aren't happy with status quo, don't want to stay stagnant, and want to just keep growing and building and making their business better. And I feel like we've been able to do that with extraordinary speed and accuracy over the past 3 months. So, it was such a pleasure to work with somebody that, for lack of better words, has their shit together.
See, but I have to edit what you just said I was in a market where selling the $1,500 product, the $2,000 event, was already at the premium and kind of bursting at the seams there.
Right.
So looking at, that transition, which, yes, it is a bit of a leap to go from being the big fish in a small pond to being a new fish in a much larger pond.
Right.
So along the way, it's where, talking about the media aspect of it, of getting the information out there, being able to launch something right away and recoup every bit of the investment and a whole lot more, utilizing an existing audience that's already there. And now watching this, slow moving snowball starting to pick up that momentum, where each and every day the podcast downloads are going up, the interaction is increasing, and that ability to be able to step back and also now vocalize to my own team, this is what it should look like. So now it's where we've got that independence of the system now to continue to run on our own.
I love it. Jason, I just want to say thank you again for believing in me, believing in my team, and working with me over the past 3+ months or so, really getting this brand to where it should be.